Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Oklahoma Esports League, where we are watching a nice game of Valorant between Jenks High School and Norman High School. Both of these teams 1-0, and my name is Fuzzball. I'm joined today by my major in Overwatch, minor in Smash Bros. That might swap soon, though, Gustav.
Maybe.
But joined with Gustav here, another Oklahoma State student. Super excited to be able to cast this game. Again, both of these teams were 1-0 after their week 1 and trying to get off with this 2-0.
Looks like we're going to Sunset here. I'm a big fan of Sunset. Kind of reminds me of a CSGO map where mid is super duper strong.
Yes.
But it's probably a top 3 map for me, so
Oh,
I'm excited
top
to see
3.
how this map plays out.
It's kind of it's not like new, but it's one of the newer maps, so definitely a lot of new aspects into it, not one of the classics. Really excited to just see how these teams decide to interpret this this mid control, because I think that's entirely what this map is about, is just how that mid is controlled. Also interested to kind of see those compositions. Those heroes are being locked in right now, as we'll actually go over that and look at that. So as we see, looking here a little bit, we have a Jenks on this attacker's side with the Cypher, Phoenix, Reyna, Clove, and Gecko. A pretty traditional lineup. You see a lot of Cypher on this map just because of the hard trips, the hard Sentinel utility. It's really difficult to get through unless you have a clear. And then on the side of Norman, you have the double Sentinel, actually. You have the Deadlock and the Chamber, so neither like really hard Sentinel on their side, but you do have 2 of them, so you're going to be able to control more space at a wider angle. Definitely some different approaches to this to these compositions.
Not surprised to see the Clove and Gecko ditto here. Clove super strong on this map with being able to cover a lot, with it being one of the smaller maps. And Gecko has a lot of ways to get dizzy and some really nice angles on both sites, as well as using Wingman to plant the bomb pretty easily with the chokes.
Yeah, I 100% agree. The Gecko, just the Wingman plant is a lot of strong utility for both teams, being able to not really jeopardize one of their players. And then you get even more on the safe plan with these Cloves that even if they get picked off, can actually, in the afterlife, be able to smoke for their team. So definitely very important. We do see Norman here on this defense playing a little spread, a 2-1-2. On the sites in the mid. Looks like Jenks does just want to go for that mid control at the beginning here with 7 seconds left. And I think this is good, especially in this first round. You're just going to try and want to look for information, kind of figure out where these Norman players are playing if you are a Jenks player. Looks like we did have a little bit of a tech pause. One player struggling to get in a little bit, but maybe we're getting in here. I've never seen a timer tick down this slowly, Gustav.
Yeah.
I saw it at 7, and it was sitting there for about 10 seconds, and then went to 6. Really just waiting. This is like when you're waiting for a new premiere of a show.
Wish I had the power to freeze time like this.
That would be fire. Especially like, oh my god, I've been playing a lot of chess recently. If I could just freeze time on my timer or something and just sit there and be like, what is every move in the chess game? That would be awesome. I would probably win a lot more games and blunder a lot less pieces.
You seen the new bundle coming out to Valorant?
Is it the new Champions bundle?
No, it's they're doing a Prelude to Chaos 2.0.
Oh, okay,
and,
awesome.
I'm a big fan. Looks like we're going straight in here. Jenks looking to get mid control here.
Yeah.
Like we said.
Smoking off that top mid too. Just immediately shutting down that common lane and rushing into garage as Como is going to be able to pick off Ice or Raiden. Icy being able to trade it out though through this rush into market onto site here.
They're going to have to be aware of Soul in their own B main.
Yeah, Soul. Number 4 really has a good opportunity here. No one expecting them. Finds one. Looking for the second. Is going to be the second with the showstopper. Another pick from Ichigo. The retake really good here for Jenks. It's just the deadlock for Norman. Trying to get this retake. A lot of good picks on the side of Norman, but the trades actually ended up on Jenks' advantage. Not sure where Demon 2 is. Really would be a massive round as the smoke comes in. Trying to look for a chance. Not sure where either player is. Just using the utility to clear angles. Really smart idea here from them. Is going to be able to get it to Husky. Swinging it and able to get the shot through the wall. The Sheriff being able to do so much damage on those wall bangs. And that's a very clean round 1 win for Jenks.
Yeah, very tough if you're Demon 2 there. Deadlocker doesn't really have too much util to get herself in the site there, but well done from both teams.
Yeah, honestly, being able to get it to half in that situation, I think was really good from Demon 2. Maybe a little late on this rotation through mid. Again, once a team takes mid on Sunset like this, it's just such a struggle for the defense to ignore it. So you actually see that from Demon 2, who has to go out and clear all of mid, is not able to be there for the retake, and that's really what's going to decide that for Jenks, just having that extra time there. Once again, we see a mid command, almost the exact same play for Pistol. Maybe Norman can find an adjustment to it as the entire Jenks squad rushing through this market. Soul trying to look for the same play, a little bit more of an aggressive angle this time. Icy looking into the long. Soul swinging out, not going to find anyone, but not getting picked off either. Como trying to get some picks, gets a lot of damage onto Icy, but Icy's going to get the pick first. Liv planting the bomb for Jenks, able to get it secured. Soul still living in this spawn. Really good live from Soul. The molly comes out onto Demon 2. Raiden gets a pick onto ZNZ. Finds one, finds two. Demon 2 making up for the frags they didn't get the first time. Trying to look for a third. The snare comes out, doesn't find anyone. Soul still on this main, is going to get shut down by Husky though. Husky finding two, the market pick as well. Now it's just up to Axel from Norman. Just a classic in their hand, and Husky is going to be able to find that third, really holding some strong angles near the site, and Jenks is able to pick up that second round.
Very well held from Norman, being able to take up 3 of their guns. Very good detriment to Jenks' econ there. Now Norman gets a full buy. So
yeah, definitely a solid round from Norman too, but a better round from Jenks, being able to secure that 2-0. Definitely what you want to see. Didn't want to give up that second round, and now it's Norman's opportunity to really get on the board with this full buy. A little bit of uncomfortable rifles from Jenks. You see one Vandal buy on Liv, but actually 2 Vandal buys. Icy also deciding to buy up, but then you have the Spectre, the Guardian, the Sheriff. Definitely very lethal guns in the right hands, but it has to be in the right hands. Soul being able to get the pick on the Icy as it is cleared and getting right out of there. Great play from Soul on Norman.
That's why I was kind of excited to see the double Sentinel here, because Chamber is kind of more of a flex Sentinel.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, the Mosh taking out Jenks' Reyna.
Yeah, definitely don't see that very often. But, you know, that's just a sign of really good utility from Norman. I bet they were blinded and didn't even realize that they were in the molly from that Gecko flash as well. And this has already shifted Jenks back towards the middle. This is actually the first time we've seen Jenks actually go for a sight hit rather than the mid. And that's where this middle just becomes so important, right? With a pick onto Como in that top mid. Just really controlling space, waiting. Jenks is almost waiting for Norman to give some picks back and really just looking for a chance there. The door almost broken. Breaks right there from Ichigo. And this is actually a rehit for Jenks. Jenks, hearing the rotations start to shift towards B, is just going to opt to go right back. A little slow on the rotation. They're not 100% sure where all the players are for Jenks, or for Norman, I apologize. But it's vice versa. Everyone's worried about this mid site that they gave up completely. Still thinks there's a lurker there, and it's going to result in Jenks being able to plant the bomb. One in link here. It's Axel trying to swing out of the elbow. Is going to get timing from Ichigo. Really good patience from Ichigo here with that Spectre. Just looking for something. Soul looking for the shots through the smoke. Not sure if they're there. Trying to look for an opportunity. Is spotted by that camera. Ichigo maybe going to swing again. Demon 2 able to take out Liv though. Ichigo and Raiden it. He trades back. All of a sudden Norman's in a disadvantage. Just the deadlock left. Is going to get the snare onto Raiden, but still has to worry. Is able to get one. Looking for the last one. Has the sound sensor to help protect them. Goes for the defuse. Trying to get it to Haft here. Ichigo going to get stunned. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to walk around fast enough. Demon 2 looking for the pick, but Ichigo able to swing first and get that round 3 win for Jenks. A great clutch from Ichigo, who had pick after pick in that post-plant situation.
Well, both those players are looking very strong this game. Demon 2 always seeming to be the last one alive and still getting a couple picks, but it's just not enough because Ichigo's winning the 1v1s.
Yeah, and both of these players, both of these teams have some players with some really crisp aim. That's always something really enjoyable to watch. But Norman not able to get that buy round win. That was definitely important for them, and a really big round win for Jenks, who just puts Norman's economy into the toilet. Like, it feels like they're in the Great Depression on this defense now with no rifles to their name, just one Marshall. And Jenks playing really slow.
Looks like we're just playing
a little bit of default, maybe?
Yeah,
I'm not sure if this is technical difficulties or what's going on, but the round is ticking a little bit. Looks like we are playing a little slow. Just defaulting, trying to get some space. Once again, a mid-take for Jenks. Currently up 3-0 in the rounds. A lot of space taken without a lot of conflict. Soul able to get a pick onto Icy, who was staring down that B main and happened to walk into the chamber. Ichigo and Liv getting the trades up the middle, though. Clearing both sides of the middle for Jenks, and now Norman has to worry about all of this space. ZNZ trying to look for a chance. Gets swung by Liv, actually able to catch it out. And all of a sudden, with 2 middle defenders and the A defender gone, Jenks once again playing spread. Looks like they actually have a player with technical difficulties, so really a 2v3 for Jenks here. Or 3v2, pardon me. Husky seems like they're having some connection issues. Maybe looking for a pause. Maybe that's why they played slow at the beginning. But Norman, I don't even know if they know this is the situation. 2v3 and a 2v4, definitely different scenarios.
Great mosh from Liv.
Yeah, for sure.
Soul having to TP out.
Yeah, really nice setup, Soul TP here. Trying to look for a chance. The Deadlock ulti comes out. Ichigo on the flank, a wraparound elbow, able to find both. And even with that snare, maybe just enough time, dies on like the last frame. Liv losing that rifle, which hurts for sure, but Jenks still with a round 4 win and with a player with technical difficulties too. Very impressive from Jenks to be able to clean up that round.
Are we going to see a pause here? I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure. It does look, yeah, there is a pause now. So a little bit of technical difficulties for the side of Jenks. Gustav, what are you thinking about this game so far? Obviously, Jenks has come out and had a very dominant start.
I'm really happy to, like, I love seeing a good Clove be able to just frag out. Not many smoke characters are, like, insanely good at this, but Clove, with so many aggressive cooldowns, is able to just, like, act more of a duelist than a controller.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and Ichigo has definitely been showing this, playing almost like a duelist. I feel like we see them in the kill feed the most, already rocking that 8-1 stat line. Husky right behind them, even though they dropped around with that 5-1 stat line. Definitely a good showing from Jenks so far. Hopefully they can figure out those technical difficulties and be able to get back into it a little bit.
Looks like Jenks also has 5 ults online, which will be fun to see happen this next round play out. What I've been looking at, I'm an initiator player. So I like seeing what the 2 geckos are using. I've seen a lot of dizzies thrown over like really aggressive chokes, as well as people like face checking things with Wingman. I think Gecko is super strong, especially on this map, and I just love seeing them use it to their advantage.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think both sides have had some really good Gecko utility. We actually saw the pick very early on with the mosh pit from the Gecko player. And that's just a good sign of strong utility being used. But as we are waiting for these technical difficulties, I think we are going to go to a quick be right back while we figure this out. It will be just a few minutes, and we will keep you guys updated. And we are back. Definitely not a long pause at all. Jenks being able to get their Reyna player Husky back into the lobby. Jenks already with a dominant 4-0 lead at the beginning here. Norman needs to find a foothold and fast if they have any hope. Soul trying to bring Soul back in. Not going to be able to get the pick there, but some good damage. Husky actually getting the trade on Nakoma, who tried to follow up Reyna. Husky said, man, I may have DC, but I'm ready to go in. Demon with the trade, though. Icy trading it right back. A little bit of an advantage for Jenks, and the Cypher ultimate comes out, giving Jenks some information on where these players are playing and show us a wide open A site. So Jenks is going to start rotating that way with a little lurker on the Phoenix. Icy going to be able to pick up Demon 2 in that mid. A really, really rough loss for Norman's side. As Execute does come on for Jenks, being able to get that plant down. Looks like they planted near Generator. Axel walking towards the CT. The Clove as well for Norman, deciding to go through the same angle. ZNZ able to find one. Finds Liv on the walk. The Cypher trip catches one out, is going to get stunned. Icy going to be able to pick that one up. And Ichigo with the last pick. Jenks being able to play their post plant really effectively, and that rotation as well.
Yeah, Raiden showing off how strong Cypher is on Sunset. Super annoying to fight and very, very fun to play. So
Yeah, and I think Cypher is actually probably more known for the defensive side capabilities, being able to completely shut down a site with only a few entries on both sides. But Raiden showing on the offensive side has a lot of utility and can really contribute to the whole goal of what Jenks is trying to do, and they've been doing it well so far. A little bit more of a spread attack here for Jenks. A couple mid, a lot leaning towards A, but still some information from both duelists in the mid. Just trying to look for info, maybe an over-rotation, and Soul exactly where they're playing, trying to catch an opportunity on these rotations, especially with that teleport back into market.
Icy's trying to catch them off guard.
Yeah, and I think
Icy's
found a little opening. Soul's going to be able to get one, but the teleport just gets covered at the same time. Icy being able to take B site, and now Jenks has complete control of the B site. ZNZ trying to look for a pick, not able to find it. Icy once again getting blessed by the timing gods, being able to find a second one there and taking so much space just for free. The middle lurk here, though. Ichigo trying to deal with one, has the trigger discipline, able to shut that down. And Demon 2 just not quite clear in the mid. That's kind of what they were worried about in those first couple rounds, and Jenks didn't even show the presence as Axel trying to look for a chance, catches the flash, and Icy with 2 more headshots and a collateral, able to clean that one up. And just a great showing from Jenks. Icy being able to lurk around that B main where they were actually shut down by the chamber a couple rounds earlier, finds a crack in the armor and really able to open up that round for Jenks.
The way I was taught is they're always going to be at the angle that you don't check.
Yeah. So you clear the whole angle. I think that's a really good lesson, Gustav. I 100% agree. Norman just getting a little hasty, and of course you're going to feel a little hasty when you're down 0-6. But a lot of these rounds, especially the early ones, were quite close for the side of Norman, and they just need to get one round win, I think, to start to stabilize a little bit. Soul getting another one onto Icy, really walking up this mid and trying to take a lot of control. Koma with another one as the smoke went down, being able to take out Raiden. 2 really important players for Jenks already taken down, and Norman just needs, they've been in this situation before, the 5v3 situation. They need to not give any 1v1s. And Demon actually wrapping all the way around B main, looking for an opportunity. Finds 2, looking for the third. It's just Ichigo left in this middle with 4 players left on the side of Norman. Finds another one though. It's Soul up in the top mid, getting some shots onto Como, but Como is going to be able to clean that up. And there we are, the first round win for Norman, able to get on the board here in round 7.
Norman's still got some great ultimates online. I think we can see a pretty good comeback from Norman starting here now.
Yeah, and I just don't think...
momentum.
Yeah, I kind of respect on Norman's side. That's something I would never do as a player. If I'm getting blown out 6-0 at the time, I don't think I'm walking everyone up their angles. But Norman does exactly that and just pushes so many angles that Jenks has too many to worry about and just getting shot from the side in most of the opportunities. Now Eco is a little even. Demon 2 here with no gun on the side of Norman. Does have the deadlock ulti though. Pretty even on ultimates overall. Jenks with a little bit of an advantage there and has that thrash, which I think could be a really strong engagement here. Making a lot of presence here on the B main. The deadlock ultimate in response to the Phoenix. Trying to spray it out. Is going to be able to catch it out. Ichigo's gets shut down though. Has to use the Clove ultimate. Trying to look for a pick here. Needs to look for something in just the next few seconds to try and get permanently back up. Soul able to shut one down, but Ichigo does get that pick onto Axel. Now looking for another opportunity, a second chance. Raiden with the pick onto ZNZ. Soul and Liv, another utility, another mosh pit utility kill there for the side of Norman. Ichigo with another onto NHS Demon. It's just Soul who's been getting a lot of the picks. The flash comes out at the perfect time to carry the angle. Nice shot. Ooh. Nice shot. Soul looking for the 4th and the 5th. Already gets the 4th just in this post-plan situation. Knows Ichigo's been in market. A lot of presence and just really nice timing from Ichigo being able to swing exactly off the defuse and clean that up for Jenks. I thought Soul was about to bring some Soul back into this team.
That sure did to me. 4 for Soul right there.
Yeah, really nice. But no round win for Norman, which is a little unfortunate. Ichigo rocking that 15-3 already 8 rounds in. Doing a great job making sure to keep Jenks in these close rounds. And it's all off of that that second chance. I don't know what her ultimate is called off the top of my head. I know Phoenix's is Run It Back, but that second life where she's
like
able
second
to
wind or something.
Yeah, something like that. Clove Part 2 is what we'll call it. Demon 2, really aggressive with that Deagle, able to pick off Husky and get the information that Jenks is opting towards this A side. The deadlock wall comes down. Jenks playing pretty slow. They've struggled a little bit when they've walked towards this site. Axel holding in this elbow, waiting for something. Demon too with another peek, able to get a trade. Really nice pick there from Demon 2. Axel kind of stuck in a weird spot. Is going to get picked out by Icy. Really nice take from Jenks so far on this elbow in an even situation and a little bit of priority on the site. The smokes come back out. No commit onto site here from Jenks. Playing it very slow, and Ichigo once again waiting this timing on the elbow. They've been caught out by it once. Can they be caught out by it again? ZNZ actually opting to leave. They think the rotation's out. They see no presence. Soul not as confident though. And the elbow just wide open, looking for it. And Raiden's going to be able to shut it down. Just waiting so long. The patience of the Jenks players makes their opportunity so fruitful. And now the execute starts to come onto point. ZNZ through the elbow, looking for something. Not sure if they're going to be able to find it. Ichigo able to catch it out in the elbow. Taking control of the elbow as well. Actually looking for the double down on this pick, and is going to be able to get it. ZNZ gets shut down again, and Raiden in the CT as well. Means another round win for Jenks, and the patience of these players to be able to wait there for 20-25 seconds and wait for Norman to get antsy, to get worried about how much space they were giving out on the other side of the map. Great plays from Jenks.
I don't blame Norman for the early rotate. I would have done that too. Jenks is looking really strong here, having a lot of patience, but at the same time, they're doing really well with their just general executes on sites.
Yeah, I think Jenks is able to audible in the middle of these rounds, and I think these audibles are really helping them a lot. They're not just going with their default play, and they're not giving up on rounds, which is something that's very impressive. Soul here tries to look for the pot shot, doesn't quite get it. I really like Soul's aggressive plays on these defenses, and it really has been catching Jenks just not ready for those opportunities.
I kind of like what Jenks is doing here. They get noticed on B.
Ooh, Icy clearing Demon at just the right time. Once again, a really nice timing play from Jenks. And very quickly, the Cypher ultimate committed. Icy knows one's close. Husky's going to be able to catch out Soul in this middle as well. So many players spread for Jenks, and the information advantage as well. Jenks in a really good spot here. The middle, though, Como being able to shut down one, finds Husky. Now backing off because of the Clove Decay. ZNZ stuck on this generator. Como looking for a second one, is able to get it on the redirect. Evening it up after taking control of the mid. ZNZ able to stop the plant. Looking for another one. Is going to be able to find out Raiden and trade. 2v2 situation. The Thrash is committed from Axel. Trying to look for information. A giant Skydog here is able to detain one. And the second one's not there to follow up. I don't know if they can get there in time, though. Oh, and Liv just able to get their gun out and be able to clean that one up. Norman being able to even the odds back up in that round, but Jenks able to close it out with a couple of heroic plays here and there, and then a little bit lucky that Thrash's timer is 8 seconds instead of 10.
Yeah. Gecko was very strong when he first came
Yeah.
out. I'm really happy they reverted him a little bit.
Yeah, it felt like you were permanently in that stun. It was terrible.
I see Sunset as more of an attacker-sided map, so I could very much see Norman coming back here pretty soon. But
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because I feel like a lot of these rounds, like Norman could definitely win, like on very good odds, as the swing does come out here. So looking for it, not going to be able to find it. All 4 players sitting around the campfire, singing a campfire song for Jenks, playing very slow. This is similar to what we saw on the A side, but now opted over to the B. Soul ready for it, though. Only saw 1 player.
I think Norman has no chance but to also play slow here. They have
I agree.
Bit of a save round.
Yeah, and I think Norman can really bully that that timer. If Jenks wants to play slow, even when they have the gun advantage, try and use every asset you can. Just play as slow as possible, drag out the round, force Jenks to make a bad decision. Let them make a mistake and then jump on it. I think Norman's very capable of doing that. The deadlock wall comes down as the slow Jenks rotation comes in. Some information from Demon 2. The Bucky there, able to catch one. Looking for another one. Doesn't get the pick, though. Husky able to get the trade. Soul getting one back, though. 3v3 situation. Gun disadvantage for Norman. Don't forget. Sees Husky able to get out. Ichigo with the Lake Lurk up mid. It's just Como and Soul left. The Deagle Demons for this Norman squad. Catches out the blind. Trying to look for one. Really worried about Ichigo here. Is able to catch it out. And Ichigo with the redirect. I don't think they were expecting Seoul to be where they were. Really nice reaction time there from Ichigo, being able to take home another round from Jenks. And can we look at that stat line, please? That Ichigo stat line. 20-4 here in 11 rounds.
This guy's kind of broken.
This guy cracked it Fortnite.
We kind of need to nerf Ichigo.
Yeah, we got to nerf Ichigo. We got to nerf Clove. Clove is not the reason that they're popping off. This player is just crazy.
Nah, I think Clove's a little broken too.
Clove might be a little broken. You know, a controller that can revive themselves and smoke after they die. That's a little silly. Come on, Riot.
Last round and a half. Jenks looking for another B execute. Ooh, almost catching ZNZ.
My goodness, Soul with the swing there too, though. Icy deciding to execute with the Phoenix ultimate against last round, so all these ultimates are going to be coming flying out. The Thrash comes out, finds one, finds two. Able to walk just with the run it back, and the Thrash clears out Market as well. So much free space for Jenks, just trying to play for the retake if you're a Norman fan. There is a wrap coming around, but these Norman players have to live for as long as they can for this wrap to get value. Demon 2 trying to find something. Getting shut down. Demon 2 is going to be able to get the pick, but Icy getting Como and Husky with another one. The snare from Demon 2 is going to be able to get another one, but not. It's just too little, too late. Jenks able to walk into the half with an 11-1 lead.
Demon 2 looking super strong here. I can see Norman being able to turn it around. They have a lot of aggressive util with Reyna flashes and the Gecko Dizzy, as well as great like flanker protection and defense with the chamber trips and the deadlock util.
Yeah, and I think we saw it on the defense. Norman is an aggressive team. They were walking up a lot on this defense, especially like Soul and Demon 2 were wrapping their mains and just looking for an opening pick. Maybe that translates better on this attack where you're supposed to traditionally push. But Jenks is so patient. They're so ready for everything that happens. I think the patience of Jenks is something that Norman has to address and really respect. Because I feel like a lot of these rounds Norman has been losing because they just go too fast. And they're like, oh, there's 20 seconds left. Like, let's just run it. And then Jenks is able to flip it around even when Norman has the advantage. A little bit of an A execute here for the side of Norman. Some sprays through the smokes, a little bit of damage from Raiden.
Two of Jenks' players looking to maybe opt for a flank angle here. So if Norman doesn't execute quick enough, they may get caught.
Yeah, and Jenks actually being a little impatient, swinging out of the elbow. Husky's able to trade it back, but still the advantage for the side of Norman in a 4v3. A lot of damage onto Husky. Husky down as well. Now it's just Icy, who's actually used this whole time to wrap both of them in the CT. I don't know if this is going to be expected. Looking for Como, is able to take out one. Looking for a second one. Soul's going to be able to trade it. Now it's just Liv, who decided to wrap through elbow rather than trade. Once again, not a lot of information on where this player is coming from. Double stacked in the generator, probably not something expected either. One caught out, and the chamber trip able to save that as well. Axel trying to look for the opportunity into elbow. Maybe just the wingman chasing after it. Liv stuck behind generator in a 1v2. A must-win situation for Norman. You just don't want to give them a chance to be able to swing. And this is this patience I was talking about from Norman. They're not getting over antsy. The swing comes out from Liv, able to get one, knows where the second one is. Bomb ticking down. Just a few seconds left. Soul able to get the head tap and get Norman their round 2 win. Exactly what they needed to try and get back into this game.
Yep, very well played from Norman. They weren't way too aggressive, and they kind of just held their own, and now they have a full buy here. I
100% agree. The patience is what won Norman that game. If they swing too early there and don't play the bomb timer, that is how you lose. Like, this game just gets wrapped up. If Jenks is able to turn that around, especially when they're in a 1v3, you can't just give 1v1s. That's a terrible situation to be in if you are Norman, and just really a heartbreaker, especially when you're down the amount that they are. But start stringing some rounds together here, you get your confidence back, and then all of a sudden, all Jenks is thinking about is, please don't throw this game.
Norman looking for another A execute here.
Yep. Oh, Raiden gets caught out in this cubby. Two players are aware of it, too. The deadlock snare comes in. Stuck in a crouch, and the blind just util dumped onto Raiden. 100% the right play for Norman. Ichigo trying to look for an opportunity, is going to get wrapped through the elbow. Como being able to take out a second one. And once again, Norman has this advantage. Is going to get traded back by Icy, though. Trades going back and forth. 4v2 situation. Make that a 4v1 situation. Only Husky left, trusting the right click. The right click trusts them. Is able to get a gun. Actually doesn't pick it up because of the dismiss form. Only a few bullets left in this Classic. They're actually going to offer up the Bulldog to Husky. Once again, a 1v3 situation for Jenks. They almost turned this around the last time. Careful, there's damage in that mosh pit too. Husky being able to catch it as the smoke falls, and that's a heal. Demon 2 with the wrap here, really playing slow. Axel needs to play slow with them, not try and swing this fast, but actually able to shut it down. Maybe I should just stop talking. Axel able to clean up that round for Norman.
I think Ichigo wanted to set up that one way on the little box on A main, but the problem is you need to be on the elevated stairs for it to really work out, unless you're going to be the one being seen first.
Right, yeah, and I think that's exactly what happened. Ichigo was trying to just deter people from pushing that left side and push it through themselves, but Norman, they know what's going on. They know someone can do that, so they're going to be actively watching it, and kind of caught out Ichigo in a spot who's been playing fantastically, just not exactly what they wanted right there. A little bit more of a mid-push for Norman. Trying to change it up. You want to catch Jenks off, and Jenks has actually dedicated a little bit more space to the A side since they've gotten beaten on it twice. Maybe not expecting this middle. Sees one, sees two. What an amazing shot from Soul on the jump peak. Head tap through the wall. Exactly the pick and the opening you want to see if you are a Norman fan. Starting to execute into market a little bit. Just really controlling the mid and actually audibles off of it. I love this call from Norman. They're looking for players who are playing a little too aggressive on the side of Jenks and trying to get them to out-rotate, but makes a lot of noise while doing it. Icy trying to look for a chance. Doesn't find one that first time. Getting sprayed out a little bit, just narrowly dodging these bullets as the flashes come out for both sides. A lot of flashes on both sides. Icy being able to swing out. Gets traded by Soul. Liv getting two, though. Looking for the third. Demon 2 going to be able to shut that down. Just Liv there, and Ichigo and Raiden being able to get the last couple picks for Jenks. Gets their round on the board, but that's the round that Norman's supposed to lose. However, there's not many rounds you're supposed to lose if you're trying to come back from now a 3-12 match.
Yeah. Norman now has a full buy, mostly full buy coming up.
Like a pretty big buy. Not like full, but like, you know, like 3/4.
But I think the main thing they have, though, is they have two pretty decent ultimates going online. A free operator from playing as Chamber, and also they have the Reyna ulti for Engage. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I think this is obviously it's a very major round for Norman. They got to win it to try and stay into the game. Norman going for a little bit of a faster hit here. Liv trying to slow it down with the mosh pit.
Both Reyna's
decided to take the orb. Yep. Double commit. And Husky being able to shut down Como really fast. Maybe getting a little aggressive here, looking for something. Maybe someone who wants to play a little more aggressive. And Norman's actually opted to this very spread angle. Ichigo looking for the deep one. Does get caught out by Soul, who's just on a different angle than they were. ZNZ now doesn't quite get the shot onto Husky. Husky being able to pick that one up. And I see now the Jenks duelist being able to change it back around. The util out. Both players scared by the swing, not expecting it. And just slowing it down. The chamber op does come out. Norman kind of stuck in this middle still. No bomb control either. Really just needs to take a lot of opportunity. Soul taking down that Phoenix ulti. Axel with just 28 HP. It's do or die for Norman. And the scene is not looking very good. No flashes on the Gecko. Very good information there from Jenks to know whether to swing or not. And just playing so slow, but the timer is not on your side if you are a Norman fan. Looks for one shot, sees one, jump swing comes out, 3 shots used into the Marshall, just 2 left. The op comes out as well with the rifle. And Soul needs some miraculous things to happen. It's not going to be there. Icy going to be able to clean that one up. And that is a 13-3 game win for Jenks in this best of 1.
Yeah. That was great. I mean, I think both teams had very strong pushes and very strong, very slow plays that worked out in their favor. I really liked how Norman could really slow things down and then catch Jenks off guard, and then Jenks on their offense was able to just do a really aggressive push, stop, and then go straight to being aggressive again. I don't think I have the mental capacity to do that.
The hezzy, the little, you know. Very impressive showing from Jenks and Norman. Both teams have definitely some skilled players that could dookie on me in my ranked games. So very excited to see both of those teams. Jenks goes to 2-0 and Norman at 1-1 now. It was great. Great game to watch. I know the score was a little spread apart, but definitely a lot closer than the score shows. So it was very exciting to watch. And I believe for us, our next game is Marvel Rivals on Thursday with immediately Rainbow Six right after it. So we'll have 2 games on Thursday for you guys to watch, and I can't wait to see you there. We'll see you next time.